You came back.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Hey, how was it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Want to hear what we think? We're about to tell you.
Here we
Well,
go.
not
But
about to
before,
tell you. Before we do
yeah,
that.
before that, let's do a culture moment of comic proportions. What do you got for us today, Christophanes?
Well, here's what I was thinking. Because we're doing Gotham by Gaslight, and, I'm not going to get into the good and bad yet, but the movie itself is a little different than the comic.
Sure.
There's some different character development, addition of characters, the story moves a little differently, but the bones are there.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to when it comes to a director or a writer adapting a pre-existing product like a book, a comic, a video game, whatever it may be, and the story is already there, is it really their job to get super creative with what's already loved? Now, to me, it's one thing if you're taking just the character and you're saying, listen, I'm making a Superman movie, I'm making a Spider-Man movie, I'm writing my own story, I'm just using the characters in that world. No problem. Do whatever you want with it then.
Sure.
But if you're saying, and I would say the MCU is probably the most guilty of this.
Very guilty.
If you're saying we're adapting Age of Ultron, we're adapting Civil War, we're adapting Daredevil Born Again, we're adapting Gotham by Gaslight, and it's not like it's laid out for you exactly the way it should be, and you take very creative liberties with it, I feel like that is when it can become an issue. But what do you think?
I think it depends on the extent of the stretch. So, Civil War is a perfect example of this. Not at all what that comic book is.
No, except the very bones of Iron Man versus Captain America. That's really it.
Right. So what they used it for was hype, building to their own narrative. It's their property. They can do what they want, essentially, but you can't call it that because it's not like the comic line came out last week and you're just going to go, oh, by the way, this also works for us. It's like these are long-standing comic lines with in-depth character development, motivations, and story arcs that take you to natural progressions. I think of
major impact.
Yeah, I think of what's going to happen.
The future of these characters.
What's going to happen with Secret Wars, where we're headed? Like that's a natural progression, but they're going to pull it off again. Where, yeah, the Avengers and the X-Men are going to meet and going to fight, but that's not the point of what they're setting up. And so now you've used the name once again because it's recognizable IP, but it's not the story. Secret Invasion did this as well, too. Nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing. And it was horrible.
Well, I mean, I think Thunderbolts is doing that. They, even character choices, like in the Multiverse of Madness, when they revealed the Illuminati. Now, some of it was correct, but not all of it was, because it didn't fit the universe of the MCU. And I understand that, like, since we harped on it, we could take Civil War. Civil War involved almost every hero and villain that had ever been introduced in Marvel Comics. I understand that they didn't have access to or the need to use characters yet, like the Fantastic Four or Ghost Rider, the Young Avengers, and all that stuff. I understand that it had to fit in their world, but then don't call it that,
right?
Because I love that comic, and I went in expecting Civil War. Spider-Man was a huge cornerstone of that story.
Yep, the linchpin of the story. And they used it to get him into the world, which was sort of cool. But at the same time, I feel like it's just a cheap Band-Aid to garner interest.
Yes.
When maybe the story isn't as tight.